Escondido City Council voted to designate more than 100 acres of land as public open space. But that land is a privately owned golf course, and its owner wants to build nearly 300 upscale homes there. So he's suing the city over rights to develop the land. Michael Schlesinger owns the golf course. Jerry Swadley is a homeowner living near the course and president of a group that opposes the housing development on that land. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Michael, briefly tell us why you're suing the city of Escondido.
I purchased the former Escondido Country Club last year out of its third bankruptcy. The property's been zoned a residential zone for over 50 years. And in August of this year, the City Council passed an ordinance to change that zoning from residential zoning to open space, which we view as a taking of our property since it no longer has any viable use.
And Jerry, you live in a home, you bought a home along this course and are a member of the Escondido Golf Club. Why are you opposed to new homes being built on that land?
Well, I believe the homeowners in the community have property rights also. 50 years ago, we were vested when we bought our home. It was vested that when we bought our homes that there would be a golf course. We believe the City Council has agreed with us and affirmed those property rights. And so we're interested in preventing a $72 million or a 20% reduction in our collective home value, property values.
You see a decrease in the values. Michael, why develop the land now? Why not renovate the course to make it profitable? So
we spent a lot of time. The course has been bankrupt 3 times, and we finally foreclosed on it through the bankruptcy. We hired a professional management group to figure out could the course be viable. They determined it would be between $1 to $2 million of infrastructure upgrades. The membership had dwindled from 500 to less than 100, and many of those golf memberships weren't even playing golf. So they determined, and we determined that there just wasn't be viable as a golf course, regardless of how much money we put into it or if we renovated it.
Well, now you've owned other businesses, Michael, and this was your first golf course.
Correct.
You bought it in December of 2012, and it was shut down 4 months later in April, correct? Now, critics say that you bought this course, or they question whether you bought this course with the intention of turning it into a housing development and not ever wanting to keep it as a golf course.
So prior to my ownership, over 232 members in the prior 18 months had left the golf course. So it was clearly a vote of the community that a golf course was not viable there. We took 3 to 4 months once we had control of the management to figure out if it were viable. The course was losing over $35,000 per month, had over $100,000 in unpaid property taxes, unpaid water bills, but we still tried to figure out is there a plan that could make this course viable, and it was determined that it was not.
So just to be clear, you didn't buy it with the intention of turning it into or to skirt housing development rules or regulations in the area?
There's no housing. It's always been zoned for 50 years. It's been zoned the exact same way, which is R17.
Okay. And Jerry, you tried to stop this lawsuit from going forward, but a Superior Court judge said that it did have merit. It cost some money, and what are your next steps?
Well, our next step is to support the city in their defense that it's not a taking. A taking requires that the property have no reasonable use. We do not believe that to be the case. There are many ways to use an open space property. A golf course is just one way. Development is not acceptable. It's the law that it'll be open space. So we're looking at the open space being available for all the community, and that it will be a golf course.
Is there a compromise that you could see, Jerry? Is there a compromise you would like to see happen? Could you give up a little bit of it?
Well, I think there's always room for compromise. We want our community to remain intact, and we want it to be a good community that we love and long to live there. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. That I understand your answer. Michael, is there a compromise you would actually consider?
Absolutely. We've always been open to compromise. The property is actually zoned for over 600 homes. We put forward together a plan that had 450 homes and then lowered it to under 300 homes. It has a large amount of open space. It has multiple miles of walking trails, and we want community input to what could work there best. A golf course is not viable there, but there are a lot of things that will be a net benefit for the community.
Okay, I understand it heads to court in January, and we'll certainly be following up with both of you. So, Michael Schlesinger and Jerry Swadley, thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you.